The federal government strengthened abortion access at the beginning of the year, making the so-called abortion pill mifepristone, or RU-486, more readily available nationwide. Sean Carney is president and CEO of 40 Days for Life, an international 40-day campaign that aims to end abortion. He says increased access to RU-486 will have detrimental consequences.
This is a controversial two-pill process that is brutal on women, and I don't think Walgreens or CVS has a clue of what they've done or what they're getting into.
CVS and Walgreens, the two largest drugstore chains in the country, are seeking certification to offer the pill after the Food and Drug Administration finalized its policy allowing pharmacies to dispense mifepristone. For the first time in states where abortion is still legal, patients with a prescription can now obtain the abortion pill directly from retail pharmacies. OBGYN Dr. Ingrid Skop is the Director of Medical Affairs at the Charlotte Lozier Institute. She has personally seen the horrors of chemical abortion. In her home state of Texas, the two-pill regimen is banned after 7 weeks of pregnancy. She says doctors frequently see women suffering complications after taking the pills.
Even though the abortions are not being performed in clinics in our state, unfortunately, these chemical abortion pills are coming in. These women have abortions, but they have no provider. So when they have complications, they're abandoned, essentially. Just a week ago, I had to do surgery on another woman who had obtained an abortion in California because it's illegal in Texas. And yet she came to Texas. She had her complication in Texas.
Dr. Skop explains the process of chemical abortion.
A chemical abortion is provided with two medications. Mifepristone is also known as RU-486 or Mifeprex, and this medicine blocks the progesterone receptors, which are crucial to continue to provide hormonal support to a pregnancy. So that causes the embryo or the fetus to die.
In 24 to 48 hours later, it is followed by the second drug called misoprostol, which induces labor to expel the unborn child and placental tissue from the uterus. Mifepristone, in combination with misoprostol, is used to terminate pregnancies up to 10 weeks. In 2020, medication abortion accounted for 54% of all pregnancy terminations in the U.S., according to Guttmacher Institute, a think tank that keeps track of reproductive rights globally. However, a looming case in Texas challenging the FDA's approval of abortion pills could halt the use of medication abortion in the country. In November last year, a group of doctors led by the Alliance for Hippocratic Medicine sued the FDA for what it calls inadequate screening of the abortion drug regimen. The group, including the American Association of Pro-Life Obstetricians and Gynecologists, or APLOG, argued that the agency did not have proof of the medication's safety.
We're hoping for a decision from the court within the next few months, and then hopefully at that point we'll get a positive decision and these dangerous drugs will be taken off the marketplace.
The FDA never required an ultrasound. They never required the basic safety requirements.
The FDA first approved mifepristone in the year 2000 to end pregnancies through 7 weeks, which was later extended to 10 weeks in 2016. FDA continued to loosen restrictions in 2019 when the agency lifted the in-person requirement to obtain mifepristone, allowing patients to receive the medication by mail. In defense of the FDA decision, the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists says this is an important step forward, allowing more patients who need mifepristone for medication abortion additional options to secure this vital drug. In addition to the FDA's new policy change, the Justice Department gave the all-clear for the U.S. Postal Service to continue mailing abortion pills.
And DOJ, instead of looking at the text of the law, said that USPS could mail it if the intent of the sender was not that the drugs would be used illegally wherever it was being sent.
Rachel Morrison, an attorney and fellow at the Ethics and Public Policy Center, explains that the opinion provides legal protection to the Postal Service, but does not necessarily protect individuals who either distribute or take the pills.
It's just that, an opinion. It doesn't actually change the legal requirements, and it doesn't prohibit anyone who mails the drugs from the USPS from being prosecuted. Anyone who violates the law right now could still be held criminally liable under that law in the future.
According to the Guttmacher Institute, as of January 2023, these 29 states shown in light yellow require abortion pills to be administered by physicians. Of those, 18 states require a physician to be physically present when the pills are administered, and 2 states prohibit the use of medication abortion starting at a specific point in pregnancy. Morrison believes chemical abortion is the next major sticking point in the ongoing nationwide fight over abortion access.
Chemical abortion is the present of abortion. It's also the future of abortion. It's easier to access.
Both Dr. Scott and Dr. Harrison send a message to other pro-life advocates. Stay educated and continue to fight for life.
But we need to be able to educate our friends about what's going on, because I think too few people really understand the situation on the ground.
I would encourage anyone who is pro-life to become aware of how abortion hurts women and how it ends the life of a human being in the womb.
Roselle Reyes, EWTN News in Depth.